Hello folks, I'm Billy Pennell. Thanks for joining me for another of my favourite musical moments. I want to talk to you today about someone who's very special she was in so many different ways. Her name was Alberta Hunter. She was born in 1895 in Memphis. Her family life was really tough. She never knew her father. Her mum had to take very menial jobs, cleaning, to keep the family together, daughter and mum. And while this is all happening, her mother is very supportive to Alberta, who at a very young age started to sing and started to write songs. And being in the Deep South, a lot of the music that they heard, either at small venues near where they lived, or if they were lucky enough to have a radio, on the radio, were blues songs. So at age 11, Alberta says to her mum, look, I want to move to another area, to Chicago, where blues music is a lot more popular than it is here where we are. And so I'm thinking her mum arranged for a place for her 11-year-old daughter to stay, so far away from home. And in long after, her mum follows her over, and they're together, supporting each other best way they can. So around about this time, Alberta's getting noticed by people in the music industry. She can sing and she can write, and she gets a record deal, still at a very young age. And so she records some songs for a small label in Chicago, and she writes a song called Downhearted Blues. And it gets released on a small label, and it's a hit. It sells, well, when I say it's a hit, it sells enough copies for her to have got a much better return in royalty-wise than the $300 that the record company gave her. So there was something not quite right about that. Not only did that happen, but the record company unlawfully sold the copyright to Downhearted Blues, her song, to another record company. And they got the song recorded by Bessie Smith, who at the time was the most popular female blues artist in the whole of the US. The song's a huge hit. While this is going on, she never loses faith, and neither does her mum. So she keeps she doesn't record anymore. She just stops doing that for a while. She got hurt after the last situation didn't turn out well. But she's seen by people who give her jobs in small venues, where she is. And then she's seen by a theatrical company, and they think that she's the right sort of person to be part of a musical called Bandwagon that I think was written in the 30s. I know there was a movie of it in the 30s, and the movie started an iconic American singer and actor who had an enormous success right across the world. His name was Paul Robeson. And so Paul meets Alberta and thinks that she'd be comfortable to go on the road with him and the other actors to do this tour in the UK. So off she goes, and she becomes quite popular. She's getting a name for herself as a performer. And in 1957, her mother dies. And it's a devastating blow for Alberta, because they were a team. They looked after each other. And Alberta is so devastated by her mum's death that she retires from performing and recording, and she gets a job in healthcare. And so she's in healthcare for quite some time, and the people that she works with, people in retirement homes, other people, they love her, and the staff loves her. But the staff come to her one day and say, look, we've got something we have to tell you. You have to retire. When you come to the age of 70, it's our responsibility to retire you. So she retires. She wasn't 70, she was 82. So anyhow, she gracefully leaves her job as a carer and gets back to music again. And the word gets out that this brilliant, this great recording artist, performer, is back doing her thing again. And so she gets a record deal with Columbia Records, one of the biggest record labels in the world, and she starts to record again, and she starts to perform again. And it's just an extraordinary story. She died in 1977 at the age of 89, leaving this enormous amount of work behind. There's more to find out about Alberta online. If you go to YouTube, there's some live performances of her. And there was a documentary made, I'm not sure what that year was, but if you look hard enough, you'll find it. And if you enjoy watching what I'm going to show you in just a moment, and have found Alberta's story, as I did, just absolutely inspiring, please follow it up with me. But it's my pleasure today to introduce you, or maybe reintroduce you, to the music of Alberta Hunter.
Now, whoever said a good man was hard to find? Positively, absolutely sure was blind. Because I've just found the best man that ever was. And here's just a few of the things that he does. He shakes my ashes, greases my griddle, churns my butter, and he strokes my fiddle. My man is such a handy man. Now he threads my needle and he creams my wheat, heats my heater, he's a mess, chops my meat, oh, my man is such a handy man. Now, I don't care if you believe it or not, he's a mighty nice man to have around. 'Cause when my furnace gets too hot, he's right there to turn my damper down. For everything, that man of mine's got a scheme. And honey, it's amazing the way he handles my machine. My man, he's a mess. It's such a handy man. Now he flaps my flapjacks, cleans off the table, feeds the horses, he's a glutton in my stable. My man is such a handy man. And do you know, sometimes he's up way before dawn, busy cleaning the rough edges off my lawn. My man is such a handy man. Now he never has a single word to say while he's working hard. And I'd give anything if you could see the way he handles my front yard. My ice never gets a chance to melt away, 'cause he sees that I get a nice, fresh piece every day. My man is such a handy man.